Jerry Sandusky will spend the rest of his life behind bars. The 68-year-old former Penn State defensive coordinator was sentenced to 30 to 60 years in prison on Tuesday. Judge John Cleland delivered a sentence here in the packed courtroom of the Centre County Courthouse. Sandusky was found guilty in June of 45 counts of sexually molesting 10 boys over a 15-year period. The maximum sentence was 442 years. Sandusky has currently served 112 days. You will serve not less than 30 and no more than 60 years in prison, Cleland told Sandusky. It has the unmitigated impact of saying the rest of your life in prison. The state prison system of Pennsylvania generally forces inmates to remain behind bars long beyond the minimum sentence, Sandusky's attorney Joe Amendola said. Realistically, even if Jerry was to survive the 30 years, he won't be released, Amendola said. Deputy Attorney General Joseph McGettigan took no issue with the sentence. The defendant will remain incarcerated for the rest of his life, McGettigan said. Sandusky spoke for about 15 minutes in court and remained as defiant about his conviction as he did Monday when he released an audio statement that lashed out at the victims and their families. He again promised to appeal his conviction. They can make me out to be a monster, Sandusky said in court. They can treat me as a monster. But they can take away my heart. In my heart, I know I did not do these alleged and disgusting acts. 3 of Sandusky's victims spoke directly to him in court. Statements from another victim and a victim's mother were also read in court. I don't forgive you and I don't know if I will forgive you, victim no. 4 told Sandusky. I grew up in a bad situation and you made it worse. Victim no. 4 was the first known boy Sandusky abused, and he did not reveal the abuse until years later. While I stand here and won't forgive you, victim no. 4 said. I asked the others after me to forgive me for not coming forward sooner. Sandusky was a talented assistant coach at Penn State from 1969 to 99 under legendary coach Joe Paterno, helping the Nittany Lions win 2 national championships. In 1977, he founded the Second Mile charity to aid at-risk children. Prosecutors built their case on Sandusky using Second Mile to draw out vulnerable kids, who were often poor and without a father, to prey upon them. He also used this fame and access to the Penn State football program to lure them. Victims not only received game tickets, they went on road trips, attended practice and worked out in the team weight room, often followed by a shower with Sandusky where sexual abuse occurred. That combination often kept preteen victims around Sandusky, even as they were being abused. I thought, he didn't want to lose this. Victim no. 4 testified at trial about staying with Sandusky despite repeated sexual abuse. This is something good happening to me. On Tuesday in court, McGettigan described Second Mile as a victim factory. It was cruel beyond imagination, McGettigan said. Sandusky will continue to spend the next 10 days in county jail, where he has been in solitary confinement since the verdict. His defense team believes he'll end up in a minimum security prison because of his age and lack of a violent history. While Sandusky has been in isolation at the Centre County Detention Center, he has expressed an interest in serving out his prison time among the general population. Prison officials will consider what risk Sandusky, a convicted sexual predator, would be under if left alone among the other inmates, even at one of the less violent facilities. Judge Cleland also said the length of the sentence, given Sandusky's age, will keep him behind bars until his death. I'm not going to talk to a 68-year-old man about dozens and dozens of decades in prison, Cleland said. It has no practical value. Sandusky wore red jail garb at the hearing and appeared thinner. Family sources said he works out twice a day at the jail, but has lost weight because he doesn't like the food. Sandusky waved to his family as he left court. Sandusky has maintained his innocence and plans on appealing his conviction. That process can now begin after his lengthy prison term has been handed down. Amendola said he will argue that Sandusky didn't have enough time to prepare for trial.